Okay, so right now I'm going to let you in on a little secret of mine. This is the most inexpensive way to create graphics, and a graphic designer would cringe if they actually looked at what I do. But this is what I do to create simple graphics and to add things, elements to my pages. My goal would be to ultimately send this off to a designer and have them create the actual images in a professional format, but it really seems to work for ebooks, and it's worked for me so far, and so this is how I do it. I'm going to show you what I do. I typically just figure out what font I want to use and the size of the font, and so for one thing I mentioned in the book is to like take quotes or take statements from the book and turn those into like a quote or a graphic that you can use. So I just created a simple design for this book, and I take whatever I want to say. Like in this case, I said keep it simple. I think I have a lot of different little quotes throughout the book. I write the sentence out, and sometimes I mean I mix it up. Like I won't do it all caps. I'll emphasize certain words, and make only certain words different. The color, the purplish color that I use for my book. But you can figure out what you want to do and what looks good and what kind of font you want to use, and then all I do is go in here and I insert. So I make the size, right? I make the copy. I just type something on my page, make the copy the size that I want it, and then I insert a shape behind it. So in this case, I selected this shape right here, and then you just put it right behind your copy. I'm going to go ahead and delete the one I have here so I can show you how to do it. And then I decided to, I think, make it a little more square, and then I just turned it so it maybe looks more like a diamond. And then you right click and you do format shape, and I use my same color. It's the same purple, but then I make it transparent, so it kind of hides it a little bit and kind of puts it behind. And I use the same transparency. For some reason it was stopped at 69% is what I usually, 70 to 69%. And then no line, just so I keep it simple. And there you go. Then there I have a little graphic that I can use. Well, let me show you then what I do. Then I take the snippet tool, and I know on a Mac there's another type of tool that you use. I'm not sure what it's called, but I use a PC, so I use a snippet tool. And then I go new, click on new, and then I just get as close as I can. Sometimes if I cut it off, you have to do it again because I cut off the top right here. So I just do new again until I get it at the right dimensions, or right, so I get the whole graphic in here at the same time. And then I do file, save as, and I put it right into my ebooks folder, and then I can just do a sample. I'm just going to type sample in here just so I know it's the sample I worked on, and save it. And then when you go to the book, if I can find the book, I have way too many things going on here, don't I? Yeah, this is how my brain works, just so you know. Then actually I don't think I can get to it from the way I'm recording right now, but then you go into and add an image, and you can grab that image and put it right into the book, and you're done like that. It's that easy and that simple. Other things you can do, I created other graphics. I clipped a page from I did a snippet from the table of contents page and just added these little graphics to it. And then again, you do the snipping, use the snipping tool to take a picture of it. You have to reduce the size of the picture sometimes on your page so you can get the whole thing on into your snipping tool, and save it as a graphic. I put together this little graphic. I just grabbed some of my favorite titles that I liked. I'm actually going to reach out to the authors, make sure it's okay that I use their books, which I'm promoting their books, so hopefully that's okay with them. And I'll actually put a link to this page where I got all these books so that you can actually get to them. And then I added a graphic behind it just to kind of add just a design element to what I was doing. This is again another graphic that I put together for just the perfect formula for a successful title, just to kind of grab your attention and pull things out that are really important from the book. And this was a fun one. This took a little bit of time, being that I'm not a graphic designer. This is just circles I created with borders. So I went in and grabbed a circle and formatted the shapes and made the borders really thick. If you can see here, the solid line was 20 points, and that added the gray, and I could pick what color I wanted it to be. If I decided I wanted to make it my purple color, I could do that. But I liked the gray. I liked the muted tones that I've created in the book. And then I added. So if you want to add a picture, this is a trick that a lot of people don't know. If you insert a shape and you want to add a picture to the shape, all you have to do is right click, format the shape, and then go over here and it's really easy. Okay, in the fill section, add a picture. Click add picture, and then you can insert from your file any picture that you have. I'm just going to grab this to make it fast. And there you go. It's right there. So that's what I did to create this picture in the middle of my graphic. And then for this is just an arrow that I used from the graphics. I went in, insert shape, I selected an arrow, and then I just played around with it. I went in and I added all kinds of things over here. You can add shadows, and you can add soft edges and a glow, 3D format. The 3D format I used, this is what I used, I believe, to get it to be the way it really looks. I used the 3D format, and I selected, I believe, this one. But then you enlarge it, and you just really kind of play around with what you're doing, and come up with what you envision. So, and then for the bottom, these are just other shapes that I added. So you can see you can really kind of do some fun things. It does take time, but it's a lot of fun, and it's great to see your finished product. And then when you see it in the book, it's not chopped up like this. It's all just one big graphic, and looks pretty good. It's not a huge graphic in the book, so it doesn't have to be perfect. But the idea of it is just to kind of create a little bit more fun and give some visual impact to what you're writing, and hopefully get your readers through your book. So if you have any questions about that, let me know.